Madueke, I see you. This was what you were supposed to be doing week in, week out when you were bought from Eindhoven. Unfortunately, we've only seen a glimpse of it. Coach, let me start off with you. Your good friends were up to it again. Fatau Isaku is another guy you like very much. Today, he didn't have the best of games at all. Touch on his performance and touch on the Chelsea performance today.
I think quickly, on the part of Fatau, is a day he will quickly want to forget and crave another opportunity to go back there and prove how good a player
play
he
the
is.
championship,
Of course.
you want a chance to play against Chelsea.
And then show your true self, because he was completely non-existent. He gave the ball away for the Chelsea first goal, 1. He conceded the penalty, 2. And we're watching the match together. And what I really didn't understand from him was the fact that he never fancied himself 1v1 against a left-footed defender. You are left-footed. You are playing on the right. There's a left-footed player who is tackling you on the left. You should fancy yourself all day 1v1 against him.
I thought it was a little. He's very one-dimensional when it comes to
occasions where all he needed to do was to believe he could take on Kukurea, and Leicester would have gotten a better end product from that. Rather, he chose to present the ball where the crowd always found themselves, and he kept giving away. And for me, it wasn't surprising when the coach eventually took him off. Now, having said that, if you go to the Chelsea performance, look, they nearly made this a difficult day.
Let me get to Edwin. I think there's a little issue with your microphone. We'll get it sorted out in a bit. But Edwin, just quick thoughts on that Chelsea performance, the positives out there for you.
Well, as Coach said, Chelsea nearly made it a difficult game. They were 2-0 up and then missed chances to kill the game. And that's been a problem for Chelsea all season. The fact that they've not been able to kill off games. They had that penalty from Sterling. Sterling had another chance, a couple more that they could have scored. And then in the second half, Disasi scores an own goal. And nervousness, and we've talked about it all season.
Every single game.
Every single game. They concede one, and nervousness just spreads through the whole team. And the defense especially. And once that happens, the other team senses it. They start pushing players forward. And we saw that wonderful goal from Mavididi. But I think Pochettino made the right substitutions. He brought the right players on, maybe not taking the right players off. But eventually, he made it work by ensuring that he had width. And once Madueke came on, once Chilwell came on, they were able to spread play and move the Leicester defenders around and ensure that there was space for them to operate in, space for them to take advantage of. And once that happened, Cole Palmer started operating in the gaps that were left. Chukwuemeka found some space. Nicholas Jackson started moving from side to side. And eventually they got the goals. There are a lot of problems with Chelsea at the moment. There's no doubt about it. First, shot conversion. They are missing a lot
of chances.
A lot of great chances. A lot of great chances. And also the defensive cohesion anytime they concede. They just seem to lose any steadiness or stability they had.
Is that mental? Is that like a switch off, or you think it's a tactical thing?
No, it's definitely mental. I think over the course of the last 2 years, a lot has happened to Chelsea in terms of their play. And the players feel it. They see the criticisms, they see the abuse, and they wonder if the next time is going to be them. So once a goal goes in, once there's a feeling that they might lose it, once there's a feeling that they might be shocked and they might face the hate, they just lose their focus, lose their heads, and eventually they conceded. Today, the coach made a number of tweaks that actually puts them in a positive light, help them win the game. But as coach said, they almost made this very difficult for themselves.
Talk to me about Cole Palmer. 16 goals, 12 assists this season. That's what I'm hearing. 8 goals in the league, about 11 assists in the league as well. That's crazy because this guy is a youngster. I expected that Chelsea is struggling. He would struggle as well because that's what happened to Kai Havertz. He struggled in a team that was struggling, but it looks like he's really taken to Chelsea or life at Chelsea real quick. What's been the secret for him, or what have been like the factors that have propped him up in this system?
Look, when he was signed by Chelsea, a lot of people weren't happy, especially with the price tag and
Same
the
with,
fact that
I was one of them.
yeah, you were definitely
45 million was a lot for me.
and it was a lot for a player who was a bit-time player at Manchester City.
Yep.
But one thing I saw was him coming in, he saw a leadership gap in the Chelsea team that he could immediately fill. A lot of experienced players had left Chelsea. And he might not be the oldest, but under Pep Guardiola, he's definitely experienced a lot of wins, a lot of success.
True.
And under Pep Guardiola, you are definitely going to be a very disciplined player in terms of your press, in terms of how you approach games, in terms of your mentality. So he was coming into Chelsea, into a very young Chelsea and very inexperienced Chelsea team as probably one of the senior players. Immediately he stepped into the team. So it was up to him to just show what he could do. And the goals have certainly helped. The assists have certainly helped. Obviously, he's taking a lot of penalties, but penalties help build your goal scoring rhythm,
confidence,
your confidence, your momentum, and it's helped him as a player. He's a fantastic player. He's able to operate within spaces. He's able to take those split-second decisions that a lot of other Chelsea players,
especially youngsters, won't take.
Exactly. There are lots of raw players around him in Mudryk, in Nicholas Jackson, even in midfield in Caicedo and Enzo. He is one player who studied under the master, under one of the best, played around some of the best players in the world, players that teach you how and when to release the ball, the right times to do so. And you don't come from such a system and not be as good as he has been at Chelsea. And I think he's been an overwhelming success. 11 goals in the Premier League, 6 assists. I think he has 16 overall. 8 assists in the Premier League, 16 overall. He's been a fantastic player for Chelsea.
Fantastic indeed. So 33 games and he's had 24 goal contributions. That's for Chelsea alone. So the Young Player of the Year award is going to be interesting. He is in there. I pick up that Bukayo Saka is still eligible. That makes it very interesting as well. So very interesting days ahead as far as the league is concerned. But Chelsea, I'm sure Cole Palmer has been a silver lining for them in what has not been a really happy season.